conversation overnight. Most NFL players wait for their next paycheck. Shedeur Sanders creates his OW and at exactly 10 a.m. this morning, Shedeur launched his new SS2 logo collection. By 10:08 a.m., it was completely sold out. And we're not talking about a small batch of tees. We're talking about inventory reportedly worth millions disappearing within minutes. Industry sources claim executives at Nike were caught off guard. They monitor metrics obsessively, and Shedeur's conversion rate, the speed and percentage of fans completing purchases, was allegedly higher than almost any athlete on their roster, including major NBA superstars. That sends a clear message. Fans aren't just buying into a franchise, they're buying into the Sanders brand. Now there's talk of a signature cleat design being fast-tracked into production to capitalize on the momentum. The prototype has reportedly already generated massive internal buzz. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want an early look before the official drop. Here's how Shedeur Sanders just outsold expectations and shifted the
I don't need that account no more, man. I got my own nice deal. Man.
I like it. That's how it's supposed to be.
Hey, you know how it was back then whenever Dad said, here, you only got 2,000.
Yeah.
Now that's how I be doing people now.
Nike believed they were prepared, but they weren't. When Shedeur Sanders released his first official merchandise line, analysts projected respectable rookie numbers. Maybe a noticeable spike in sales, something comparable to other first-round picks. What unfolded instead turned into a logistical nightmare. Within minutes of the launch, servers didn't just lag, they crashed. Distribution centers stocked for weeks were drained in a matter of hours. Corporate dashboards were lighting up with sellout alerts before West Coast stores had even opened for the day. By the 72-hour mark, Shedeur hadn't just surpassed typical rookie milestones. He had shattered sales figures that seasoned NFL stars usually need an entire season to achieve. This wasn't just another merch drop.
Yeah, I'm just excited for all of them. I gifted a lot of receivers the Prime DT96s. You know, a couple of them had them on. So I just gifted a couple of like the main receivers going into this game. You know, I gifted them some cleats. Some warm, some didn't. But I was like, okay, this is just my little appreciation gift to them. Because they don't be having a lot in stock. So I couldn't do everybody. I wish I could.
The atmosphere inside Nike headquarters was reportedly nothing short of chaos. According to multiple sources, an emergency executive meeting was called, and the tone wasn't celebration, it was disbelief. One insider allegedly said, "This level of demand is beyond anything we've ever modeled." But here's where it escalated. The surge was so overwhelming that Phil Knight himself reportedly got involved, demanding clarity on how the supply chain fell behind. When the man who built the company is personally asking why systems failed because product moved too fast, you know something historic just happened. Meanwhile, CFO Matthew Friend was said to be watching real-time dashboards in stunned silence. The projections weren't just off, they were obliterated. The internal algorithms simply didn't account for what turned into a full-blown cultural wave sparked by Shedeur Sanders.
Darius, look at these, Darius.
Oh no, I seen it.
How long do you think these gonna last in my office?
Oh yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put a chip in there so I can know who's stealing.
I thought Shedeur wore those already. Well, I don't want to say. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say
You know
that. I don't want to say
No, I
that.
gave him a pair, and he know he didn't wear it. He couldn't fit it. He's like 11 and a half. And he still put Vaseline on his feet and squeezed them in.
So, why did the system collapse? Because Shedeur Sanders isn't marketing to the typical NFL audience. He unlocked an entirely different lane. The data revealed that Gen Z consumers, who usually overlook traditional team jerseys, showed up in overwhelming numbers. Even more surprising, women reportedly made up nearly half of all purchases, completely shattering the standard gender-based projections inside Nike. And it didn't stop there. International buyers from Europe to Asia flooded the website, treating the launch less like a football release and more like a limited edition sneaker collaboration with Travis Scott. Shedeur transformed his name, his confidence, and his authenticity into a worldwide brand that extends far beyond the sport itself. He's no longer just viewed as an athlete by this audience. He's become a cultural figure.
Do you like the DT96s or the DT93s better?
I like the 96s because it's more of the flames on the side, and I like that. It's more like chill, but still like stylish like that. So I like those the most, you know, because I feel like they're the most
personally, I think they're the most recognizable at this day and age to youth, to everybody like that.
For the spark behind this explosion was the logo itself, the SS crown. This wasn't just another graphic, it became a statement. Nike's design team reportedly created more than 15 variations before Shedeur Sanders approved the final version. The goal was clear: respect the prime time legacy while standing completely on its own. The finished design, interlocking S elements with subtle crown detailing, turned into an instant symbol. Within days it moved beyond apparel. It was trending on TikTok, appearing in music videos, and dominating Instagram feeds. The growth felt organic because it represented ambition and unapologetic confidence. Fans weren't just purchasing a logo, they were buying into a mindset. While Nike rushed to restock, competitors reportedly went into crisis mode. After early sales data surfaced, Adidas allegedly held an emergency strategy session within 24 hours. Executives at Under Armour and Puma accelerated their scouting evaluations. The realization hit hard: the old formula, waiting years for a rookie to prove himself, no longer works. Shedeur changed that blueprint. For Nike, this was a breakthrough. For rivals, it felt like a warning shot. If one rookie can create this kind of wave, what happens if they've identified the next Michael Jordan-level cultural force? Here's the wildest part: Shedeur may have outgrown his original contract within days. The initial structure reportedly wasn't built for this scale of revenue. Sources suggest renegotiations began almost immediately, with his team pushing for unprecedented rookie compensation, superstar-level figures without the traditional waiting period. Performance bonuses? Triggered almost instantly. Nike doesn't appear hesitant. They understand his value now stretches beyond touchdowns. They're not investing solely in football production. They're investing in cultural dominance. And at this moment, the leverage belongs to Shedeur. Still, hype fades if performance doesn't back it up. That's where he separates himself. Training camp reports highlight elite completion rates and advanced decision-making. Fans recognize authenticity. They can tell the difference between corporate marketing and real confidence. Sustained sales require real results on Sundays. Shedeur is aligning commercial momentum with legitimate on-field ability. That's why the audience is investing so heavily. They're not just buying apparel, they're betting on his future. What does this mean moving forward? Shedeur Sanders has rewritten the modern playbook. He proved you don't wait for permission to become a superstar. You build the brand, shape the culture, and corporations adjust around you. Nike systems may have buckled under demand, but they're more than willing to cover the cost. The real question isn't whether Shedeur Sanders will become a star. It's how large this empire can grow. If he delivers on the field this season, this won't just be remembered as an impressive rookie moment. It could mark the start of a new era in sports marketing across the NFL. Why did the system collapse? Because Shedeur Sanders isn't marketing to the typical NFL audience. He unlocked an entirely different lane. The data revealed that Gen Z consumers, who usually overlook traditional team jerseys, showed up in overwhelming numbers. Even more surprising, women reportedly made up nearly half of all purchases, completely shattering the standard gender-based projections inside Nike. And it didn't stop there. International buyers from Europe to Asia flooded the website, treating the launch less like a football release and more like a limited edition sneaker collaboration with Travis Scott. Shedeur transformed his name, his confidence, and his authenticity into a worldwide brand that extends far beyond the sport itself. He's no longer just viewed as an athlete by this audience. He's become a cultural figure.